BBC Hooniverse.
You're watching the TGM production.
Hello and welcome to this very bright video. The reason why I say bright because there's two lights pointing directly at me because I was trying to make sure the light's even on here. Today we're reviewing a fantastic fan production from 1995, which is now available on Amazon Prime Video. Now it was available on Amazon Prime Video before, but before you had to spend money on it. As in, you had to buy the thing. But then, the people, whoever decides what gets added to Amazon Prime, so that you can just press play with your subscription, then they went, yes, let's allow that on. Come on, let them press play. And so they did. And Downtime was now, and is now, available. Downtime is a Doctor Who fan production, which became canon once someone decided, let's turn that into a novelisation. And I found out last night, doing some research to try and find a trailer for this video, that they made a sequel to Downtime in 2020 as a novelisation. Did not know that. Learn something new every single day. Downtime was created by Real Time Pictures, the company that is best known for the Myth Makers, which is incredible. Now, Downtime also stars Elizabeth Sladen as Sarah Jane Smith and Nicholas Courtney as Alistair Gordon Lethbridge Stewart, or the Brigadier to you and me. It was technically a unit-based spin-off, but there wasn't really much or any unit in it. Alistair Gordon Lethbridge Stewart, I'm just going to call him the Brigadier, because that's what we all know him as, really. But the Brigadier was in this, and it was amazing. It was incredible. And the reason why it was so good is not because of other aspects, but because it was trying to achieve something that no fan production has managed technically since. If you watch DW 2012, which is as close as you're gonna get to Downtime, what I mean by that is that they're both in the high quality sector in the fan film world. With Downtime, you've got official actors, and with DW12, you don't really have any of the show's actors, not really. Bearing in mind, I've not seen a couple of episodes of the DW12 fan series, so they might have changed since the last time I watched it. Now, because each character, or a lot of individual characters in the early days of Doctor Who in the classic world, you're able, at that point, to get the rights to these characters, so that you can utilise them. So the Yeti, the Brigadier, Sarah Jane. Now we also invented a new character, which if I was going to remake Downtime today, I would have got Gemma Redgrave in, but because they didn't think that Kate Lethbridge Stewart would ever become a reality in the main show, they didn't think to find an actor that could then transfer over onto the regular TV series, which is what I would have liked, because the actor that plays Kate Lethbridge Stewart in this is really good at her job, but I wished that she continued then, because she was doing a really good job of it, and that would have just been amazing. But we're glad we've got the character, we're glad we've got Gordon in the main series. We haven't seen Gordon, but Gordon, Kate's child, does get mentioned at some point, because there's a whole TARDIS Wikipedia article on it after Downtime. So at some point, whether it's the audios, the books, or anything, Gordon gets mentioned again, which means that Kate Lethbridge Stewart and Gordon Lethbridge Stewart are both canon from the Downtime, which is good. Because what you want in a excellent fan-made spin-off is it to become official eventually. That's a spin-off where the main character isn't the Doctor, because most spin-offs that fans make, me included, include the Doctor, or include a character that technically you don't want to invent a new character at some point. So, what you're about to see now is a trailer for Downtime, but with a twist. I found out when I was organising this is that this trailer is for the 2015 DVD release. So you're about to watch the trailer with the DVD release, but not the whole trailer because I cut the end out because it didn't need it. So here is the trailer for Real Time Pictures. Hopefully you enjoyed the trailer. Downtime is based in the story of evil corporation, New World. It has, how do I sort of explain what it's like? Well, if you think of how the Demon Headmaster sort of shaped the children and they're all there, if you sort of worked out that, in a sense of, in the first series, the Demon Headmaster, the whole school gets, he's a very good headmaster. Yes, 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 yes. And that, in itself, then ends up making it into this sort of fascinating. So New World is similar to that as a corporation. And what I mean by similar to that is, I mean that they had the job, in every sense, to brainwash the children and sort of create this really spooky world. The main villain, even though it is the Yeti, who were last seen in Patrick Troughton's era in Tibet, snowed near to you and me, they're the villains. So they've got the rights to the Yeti, and they've got rights to the Brigadier, and they've got rights to Sarah Jane. Now, Sarah Jane wasn't as enough as I would like. As in, we didn't get enough. It didn't feel like a continuation from where we last saw Sarah in the Whoniverse. So I feel like there's areas that we've sort of missed with that. I do think that the whole Caitlin about unit seemed a little bit rushed. They could have expanded that, but I'm assuming that gets expanded in the novelisation, which sadly, as of 7:26 a.m. on the 6th of November 2025, I have not yet read the novelisation, but hopefully someone audiobooks it, because that would be incredible. Makes it more canon. So I think that what you get at that point is a story that focuses on the villain rather than the well-known characters. So the Brigadier, his whole section, his whole part of the film, right, was really good. Direct-to-DVD, direct-to-video, whatever you want to call it, worked really well because you've got the exposition of the fact that he's edging towards retirement, and you sort of then get that picked up in the New Who. You get the picked up of his retirement, and then obviously when Nicholas Courtney passed away, then they killed off the Brigadier so that they didn't have to recast him, because you can't really recast a Brigadier unless you have a really amazing impressionist for audio, which they do. So you have to sort of go, well, what do I do next on this front? So as I said before, the Sarah Jane section isn't to my liking, really. I think that she could have done a lot more. She could have been a lot more useful, because I felt like they rushed her bit. The bit where she started to become useful, they sort of rushed it, and they didn't really expand on it. Kate's storyline I sort of really liked, because she had a big majority stake in it. They never explained why the children were called Chilies, really. Not in enough detail. And I think the villain of the orb was absolutely hilarious. And I don't think they meant it to be that funny, but it's an orb running across like this. And it just rolls on like. That's my impression of a rolling orb from 1995. And you sort of get this feeling that, I'm scared of an orb. But if you look at Doctor Who from Classic Who, you sort of see that fits ever so slightly. There's I think it's a Horror Fang Rock, and I could be mistaken, where you can clearly tell it's a bloke in a giant rat costume in a sewer. You're gonna be scared of that. I'm so dressed up as a rat in a sewer. And you have to be scared of it. It's the same with this orb. And then the orb flies off. It's the best bit, right? And this is what happens when you watch classic TV, right? From the 90s to the early 50s, right? So the orb flies, it's rolling down the road. If you get that, then well done for you. Yeah, inside. Sorry. So it rolls, and it flies up, and they go, oh! And if you get attacked by it, you turn into a Yeti, which, for all intents and purposes, is an excellent costume. It's the same, in a sense, of the original Yeti. I don't know how a CGI Yeti would look now, though, because I think practically, you have to have a Yeti practical for it to look any good at all. Sorry, I've got an itchy leg. And so it rolls, and you go, fight it. Now, we have a pacifist in Sarah Jane, and we have a clueless person, in shooting terms, with Kate. And having the villain, who is not there, which all seems incredibly rushed at the end, shooting a gun that then gets fired elsewhere without any explanation of how, just sort of confused me ever so slightly. But again, I don't think that's the story's fault. Because it's probably a lot better for that in the novelisation, which I have heard that the novelisation is a lot better than what we get. Which, they're both written by the same person, so that's a compliment either way. So, as we draw towards the end of this review, my favourite element is every time Sarah Jane or Nicholas Courtney or Kate Lethbridge-Stewart are on screen. I think the Yeti costume is, I'm glad that it's practical. I think the whole sky going green thing wasn't explained near enough. There was bits that were unexplained, but I think overall, it's fascinating, interesting, and it's just a story you tell for the ages, and it's something that I could, and I will, watch it over and over and over again, because it's like, a fan team made that, and if a fan can make that, anyone can make it, right? And that's in the canon books. So, every Doctor Who fan creator that makes fan films, or fan series, right, what you need to do is create an original character, get some, and try and get the rights to some other characters, and make your own Downtime. Don't make exactly Downtime, but make a similar sort of, you understand the premise of Downtime, or get something in the same realms as that, and hopefully that could become canon as well. They also did something called Wartime that was made during the production of Doctor Who, which they also made something called Sill in 2019, and that is another story and another review, and because Jeremy Corbyn involved in that story, and that'll be for another day. So my review, out of 10, how many stars would I give this? Due to some of the flaws, I would give this roughly, I would say, a 6 out of 10, because there's more flaws in it than you would think. I think for its time and for what it's worth, it's really good, so it's way better than a 5, but I think there's enough flaws in it to not be up there in the ranks of the creme de la creme, if you will. So, that is my review of Downtime. If you want to hear any more of my thoughts, or any particular area you want me to discuss, I then shall make a discussion video based on that if you want to. Let me know in the comments of wherever you're watching this. Thank you for watching this review. Ta-ra, bye-bye, and see you next time.
Don't forget to subscribe to the official Tom Mason YouTube channel.